But even though it has less views, they would specifically reach out to me for that home tour videos.
You can do other types of content once you've built the audience and they like and trust you. What up, fam? Welcome back to another REVB podcast. Katie Day here with Tim Macy live with Tre Serrano. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
good to have you, man.
Thanks.
You know, you guys are like two of my best friends, and it's fun to actually be in person because most of the time we're just texting each other.
Absolutely.
You know,
can't send reels through this channel, huh?
No, we probably shouldn't go there. That's probably
diabolical reels.
Diabolical reels we send each other should not be the topic of today's conversation. You know what I want to start today with is your journey, because you were just like making funny videos when you were a police officer that got their license and you were selling houses for your San Antonio cop, all the way to now where you've done so much, right? Like you've done other video stuff, you've done the Instagram thing, you've done the YouTube thing, like you're on, like you've done so much. And so I want to talk about what made, like, what's unique about you that you can go through that whole journey.
Yeah. So I remember just recently, like I went to Tom Ferry's event, and this was like not recently, it was like 2 years ago, but I learned about this thing called a J curve, right? It's like you're doing the thing, and all of a sudden it starts to drop because you implement something new, and then it just drops, and you're like, oh shit, everyone's gonna die, we're all gonna be broke.
The moment of despair or whatever.
Despair. I got a panhandle, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's working, and then it just skyrockets, or at least it does much, much better. So I look back in my journey of how I got started, and a lot of it was just a bunch of J curves.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, but now being in the business 8 years and having, you know, great team, great work ethics, great people around me, I'm able to identify the J curve. So it's
identify the opportunities. Yeah.
I think that, like, you know, when you think about the J curve going down then up, like the thing that's continued the entire time is like the down part, like is still higher than the previous up part, if that makes sense, right? So like when you think about it, like the stock market or like home values or whatever, right? Like they're continuing to go up over time. And even if there's dips, it's still increasing. It's still increasing. Yeah. That's where I think like the skill and the doing the boring thing just kind of all falls in.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
So you have done a lot. When I met you, we were making stupid videos on Facebook, and then you made this YouTube channel that crushed it. And now, you know, you're doing different stuff on different platforms. Like if you're an agent getting into the business right now, what platform do you think they should get on?
The one that works. I think you guys knew I was going to say that, but I mean, it can be any platform. So like I had a buddy, James Green, he just started his YouTube. Well, not just started, let's say a year ago, started his YouTube channel, and he had maybe 10, 15 subs. And then literally overnight, he has 20,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
From one home tour.
Yeah.
So now he's like, what do I do? Like I did this thing, and he's like, I watch your channel and I've seen what you've done, and literally overnight, 20,000 subscribers. And I said, that's what your thing is. Like, that's where you start. You start with whatever worked.
So what was compelling about that video?
Absolutely nothing. It was
really,
yeah, no. So it was a home tour, and it was like this skinny looking home. And he just had like this beginning. It was like, all right, let me show you this house that is very unique in this neighborhood. And if you're looking for, you know, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath downtown under 400,000, like you need to watch this because this is exactly what something like that. And he just did a faceless tour. What we learned at REVB, what we learned in Fast Forward or Forward Together.
Yeah.
Further together.
Man, I think our name is pretty easy. The names. We try to pick easy names.
I mean, REVB is easier.
Tre won't mess them up, but yeah.
Further Together.
Tre's he's pretty. At least he's pretty.
Yeah.
He is pretty.
So he did that, and he's like, what do I do? And I was like, well, that's what your audience wants. So like,
keep doing it.
You didn't understand who your audience was, but then when it hit, now you understand who your audience is.
So out of curiosity, on his channel, which, like, you know, probably get him on the pod, right?
Yeah.
But like,
oh yeah.
Out of curiosity, was he doing all kinds of content, or was he only doing home tours?
He was doing everything. He was doing Instagram. He was doing Facebook. He was doing
like on his YouTube. Was it just home tours?
Oh no. This was like one of the first faceless home tours he did, and he got 20,000 subs. Yeah, maybe more. The last I checked, it was 20,000, but it was literally in a day. Anyway, back to your question.
Yeah, Katie's like, I don't believe you. I'm gonna go look this up on YouTube.
James Green. Yeah, it was wild.
Oh, but no, I think you know that I asked you the question because I was looking for some profound answer, but the answer is probably the one that I give myself, which is like, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Right. Go put the content out in the right direction. Will show itself if you're taking the right action, if you're going out there and doing the work. Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Let's see. What do we got?
Well, I'm on Instagram, and what's more wild is that Instagram tour only has 73
did not take
likes
off on Instagram.
And 7 comments, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is like I don't know. What's I'm trying to find his YouTube, but I'm having difficulty pulling it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
it
no
was-
E, maybe? James
All
Green.
right. So
Yeah.
continuing on, well, Katie is Jamie on the podcast today.
So your original question was,
Was what would you recommend to an agent that wants to get started on video? Like what?
He has
Platform?
41.5 thousand subscribers.
40. So Trey was underselling it.
yeah.
I thought he was overselling it.
Let's get him on the pod.
That's crazy. All right, so keep rocking. What
So-
what
He only has
platform?
8 videos on his channel.
In 40. That's crazy. The power of
Shorts.
shorts.
Power of shorts. Honestly, that's what's been driving my sub count too, shorts.
Yeah.
So if your agent was going to start, that was your question. What should they do first?
Yeah.
And what I think agents should do now is just do a little bit of everything and see where your audience
Oh
is.
my God. Just
It's-
just exactly the opposite of what I say. But keep going. Keep going.
Because okay,
Why?
Tell me
Tell
why.
me why.
Listen, I love different perspectives. I'm not knocking you. I love
Yes,
different
yes.
perspectives.
I think
because
it's
if
wrong,
you-
but tell me
yeah.
why.
if you focus, you know what, I'm going to go all in on YouTube and then just do YouTube, then you're going to make content that is specific for YouTube. But like, what if it doesn't hit? What if your audience doesn't want to watch your YouTube?
But okay, so
You know what?
No. But what, you don't even have an audience. If you're just starting today and you're making your first video, you have no audience. So if you make a shit ton of content that's all over the place, no audience is going to find you because the algorithm is going to be like, oh, you did a home tour, then you did this talking head thing, and then you did this news style video, and then you
But
did
like-
this, and then you did this, that.
But what to me, the different perspective is instead of just one channel or just do one thing, is just do one thing, but spread it across all the channels.
So the thing that I'll agree with him on is that when you're getting started out, I do think you have to do more to figure out what your lane is going to be.
Yep.
Because I have seen people that are like, I'm going to do this local news thing. And I'm just looking at them like, you're not like, that's just not a good fit for you.
exactly.
But they see what works and they just want to copy what works and not necessarily taking that journey of finding what fits for them. And so I'm going to sell a little bit here. That's where I think being a part of something like the REVB community is powerful because you get to show your stuff to somebody else and say, Trey, like, am I going down the right road here? Because we've seen people all the time who are like, yeah, I've been making videos for 5 years and I don't get any business from it. And you look at their
Exactly.
stuff and I'm like, did nobody tell you to tweak this or to do that or to make a change here? And so I do think trying a lot of things when you're getting started is a good idea, but make sure you have like a community around you that can give you the feedback. That's like, Katie, your personality is like not, you know what I mean?
I would love to
It's
see the
not,
person.
it's not that. So the local news thing, you would crush it and then, it blows up. So
I would love to see the person that has been creating content for 5 years with no business because most people don't get to that point. They do 6 months or less.
I will send you the profiles.
Okay,
I don't
so
want to
how
publicly
many-
shame
Let me
people.
ask you
shame
guys
people.
this. Let me ask you
Yeah.
guys, how many content creators or realtors do you know that have done YouTube for 2 years or Instagram for 2 years? And I mean, get some business, but then they're like, well, I did this one thing and then it just didn't
No,
work.
but that's what I'm saying for
they're
the
doing-
5 year. What I just said and what you're talking about is like, if you post a video home tour every single week for 5 years and get zero business,
No,
show them to me.
some people post bad home tours. Like they keep posting the
Every
same thing
single
over
week
again.
for 5 years.
Maybe not 5, but I like literally for 2 or a year. I'm not gonna do this publicly. I don't think anybody's profile should be put on blast like that. But I'm telling you, there's people that are just have this fill the bucket mentality
Mhm.
of I have to do one video a week, and I'm just gonna do my one video a week, and I'm gonna put it out. Nobody watches it because it's not that exciting, but I keep doing my one video a week. And it's not necessarily the videos that I'm good at making. It's not something that I have some unique ability with. I'm just doing the one video a week because I went to some course and that's what they told me to do.
If you're looking for more RevB knowledge, then hop into our school community. It's where we plug show notes from these episodes and where you can find a supportive community of real estate professionals that want to grow their personal brand and business with video. So whether you're just getting started or you're scaling your content machine, you're going to find the support and accountability you need. Head over to school.com/REVB, or if you're watching, scan the QR code to join our community. All right, let's get back to the show.
So I just feel like when I put out a video on all of the platforms and then I see a lot of engagement on TikTok, I will or have my assistant reach out to them on TikTok as like a lead,
Yeah.
right? If they comment. And that same video does very poorly on YouTube Short, then it's fine. But because I was able to get that one video onto multiple platforms, I see how it really kind of like rode the algorithm.
Yeah.
And then I create opportunities from that versus just say, you know what, I'm going all in on Instagram and I'm just going to post.
So I guess my thing is okay, I don't necessarily disagree with you anymore. right? As I vehemently did a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
But my thing
It's a fun pod.
no, I know, right?
Yeah.
My thing is though, is like you have to pick the style of content, right? And so like when you say try it all, I think you mean platforms.
Yes. And I not tried all the
Because
type of content. I just mean all the platforms.
Yeah.
Right.
because like if I were to go on YouTube, like my YouTube channel previously wasn't, it brought me business, right? Like I remember Jeremy being like, Katie, you can't do this. And I'm like, yo, these people watch the talking head style video, the 5 minute, 8 minute, 10-minute long video. And then they also watch the, you know, restaurant review.
Yeah.
And they're calling me being like, ooh, we're going to come in and tour and we want to go to this restaurant. What other recommendations do you have? Blah, 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 blah. And it worked. Right. But like generally that doesn't work. You have to do the one thing. Like, and that can be the one thing across all platforms, but like, you know.
Yeah. The other piece I'll agree with them on
only piece
is that
I like this.
the idea, like I don't love the idea of taking one video, posting it on all the platforms because your audience, you don't have the same audience on all these platforms. Caveated there is what you just said. A lot of the steps to learn what your audience likes is going to come from posting all those videos across the platform. So now Tre's video about his feet crushed on TikTok. You know, YouTube, it didn't. Instagram, it didn't. So now we know his TikTok audience likes feet
stuff.
videos.
Well, that
his
pushes
Instagram
them to the
and YouTube
OF,
stuff.
but
You know, so it does give you this opportunity to like figure out your audience. The piece though that I think people make mistakes on is that they just, again, blindly post across all platforms and they never key in on what platforms are working, why, and then going all in on those.
Speaking of Tre's feet, can we just take a minute to acknowledge the fact that he's wearing Nobles and not cowboy boots?
Yeah. It's the first time in history.
No, that's not. Yeah.
For something like this, he is a conference wearing boot.
He is a
boot scooting boogie.
He's our cowboy
so,
boot owner, dude.
I am excited to see this because I don't know if you've seen that Kirkland, Costco dunks are coming out. So I'm thinking we might get Tre and some Nikes.
He's
before...
one step away from some Nikes.
Mm-hmm. Getting closer.
So we'll split buying them on because we probably won't get them off the like drop it at Costco. But I'll go halvesies on a pair of dunks if you'll wear them. They're Costco dunks.
Yeah, no,
with a little tiny membership card.
Yeah.
On like little tag.
I mean, let's return
back to content.
Yeah, I'll say, can we argue again, please?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with like, so my Instagram, Houston Unlocked, I'm pushing out to my TikTok and I'm pushing it to YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Right. To a separate YouTube channel.
Yep.
And so like knowing that I just push the same one because like since I do it all myself, I don't have the time to like post on each platform. But like if you're doing it or you have the time or you have an editor, like the CTA should be different on each platform because ManyChat doesn't work on TikTok yet. Yep. It's only beta on TikTok, right? Like YouTube, you don't have any way to DM them if they comment on your videos. Like there should be a different CTA on each post.
Yeah.
But also like even when you're writing the caption, it needs to be different. Cause like what I found is basically like if I have like a one line as the first line and then I like enter. So there's a space and then another paragraph of text, like that will be my headline on my YouTube short. Right. So like there's some ways to do it where it's like the same post goes to all three platforms.
You still got to tweak them.
But you still have to tweak them. And so that's where I think a lot of people miss. I don't know. Are you posting the same thing across all three or are you
But the descriptions are all different. Yeah. They are
so natively posted on all three.
Yes.
Maybe not by you, but
right. Definitely not by me. So
they're spelled right. That's how I know they're not by Tre.
If they're lengthy and catchy, they're not by me.
Yeah.
So, and the only reason I'm saying that is because the platforms, people are like, okay, well, I had this video and like this doesn't belong, or I guess I'm saying this doesn't belong to this. So like, for example, on my YouTube channel, I would do home tours and it didn't do anything. But then I started posting about, or I did a video on relocating and it did well. And then I started getting more phone calls, started getting more reach outs. So if I didn't have multiple channels on YouTube to make sure that, whatever it stuck.
But you didn't just like keep posting home tours that you did on Instagram on YouTube, right? Like
but you did your home tour on your same YouTube channel that's been a Talking Head San Antonio Suburbs channel that you've grown over the past 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally different.
You know that audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even though it has less views, they would specifically reach out to me for that home tour video. So like, I'm now more the thinking that like, you should do all this content on the same platform or on the different platforms.
This is my thing. This is the second time I've been to say this today. So sorry if you listen to these in chronological order. You can you can do other types of content once you've built the audience and they know and like and trust you, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so like that's the Tyler Hassmans, that's the Raj Sahu, that's the like Brad McCallum is a good example, right? Like he can make content now. Like he did how many home tours of how many Calgary homes,
and then he can do that.
He does a Bahamas home when he's on vacation, or he
he does the Calgary market video. That's like a talking head video, where if a listing channel puts a talking head video out, a lot of times it doesn't do well. But since he's built such a great audience,
and they love him for some reason, I don't get it.
He gets the forgiveness of doing something different. So yeah, I just think people have the content. They're doing that stuff before they've built the audience.
Yes. I mean, I guess I've been doing content so long that, I mean, it's hard for me to think back, like if I were to start over again. Yeah. But I mean, even now, like the content today versus the content 3 years ago, the algorithm is so different. It's like, it doesn't matter how many followers anymore. So it's like, you don't really have to build a channel anymore, or you don't have to build like a Instagram. It's like, you could post like James, one home tour video. And now it's like, okay, the platform told you what to do.
I would say the competition is higher in that people are only seeing the best content in their feeds, but the opportunity is way higher because you didn't used to be able to make 1 or 2 good videos and all of a sudden have a big following.
Yeah. I mean, it never used to be like that.
No.
So if you had to say, this is the platform that you use as a new agent, because I think that it's hard.
Here's the deal.
To say
the 3 of us have to make a vote. We got to vote on one platform. Who wants to go first?
YouTube.
TikTok.
I'm going to say none. Like there's not just one, because I know people. No,
Trey, that's the rule.
No, it's not a rule.
One platform. What are you going to vote
one
for?
bite.
Everybody knows the rules.
And what happens? He takes 3 or 4 bites. See, like you can't just say just one platform, because
but if you had to pick one, Tre Serrano, what would it be? She said YouTube. I said TikTok.
Dude, I can't. I'm gonna stand my ground. You can't just pick one.
All right, we're not airing this podcast.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Canceled.
Okay, fine. If I had to pick one, it would be TikTok.
What pushed you over?
Yeah, he just pushed over. Dude, just caved. Yeah. I thought this guy would stand on his beliefs.
Yeah, all 10 toes.
Well, because the first listen is like, I wonder what he was gonna say.
It is interesting. I kind of feel like I want to change my answer. I'm not going to, but
that'd be worse than Trey.
I know. So this is the thing, is like, I totally get and understand the TikTok thing. I think that it is harder though. Like I just did that webinar a few weeks ago. Like I think it's harder to build. It's easier to build an audience, but it's harder to engage with them and convert on TikTok. Yeah, that's why like Instagram with the stories right now is just like such an easy way to convert and create conversation.
But that's for a seasoned content creator, that you have a big audience. You can get those DMs easily. But if somebody's starting out,
no. I mean, think about all the people that are on Instagram.
What are you saying?
So think about TikTok. Like TikTok's DMs is a little more private, even though it's kind of wonky.
It's freaking
those
hard
DMs that I get on TikTok have been like, hey, what's this price? Or like, hey, I'm really interested in this home. And like, there's a privacy wall behind it. So you have one chance to send that message, and it has to be like really good. But I've heard very high conversion rates, and that's where I got that $2.3 million buyer.
All right. So TikTok, you can
$2.3 million buyer.
TikTok are happening.
So what do you feel like are the biggest mistakes that people make with content right now?
Is they don't understand who they're making it for. Like what I've tried different things on my Instagram, and it's like, nope, they only want agent facing content, because that's where I get most of my referrals and engagement is from that. But then, my stories is where like I always make sure I friend my, deals or agents that send me stuff. And I think that's.
So it's interesting you say that. Can I pick on you for a minute?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I feel like the news content that you've done on your channel doesn't do very well.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but I don't think he's passionate about it.
Well, it's also not him. It's AI. Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, it's AI.
It's AI.
On my Instagram, it tanks, but on my TikTok,
it's popping.
And so
it's really
you have this channel. Are you just not posting enough content on it?
On
the Yo San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm just not posting enough.
Which Trey,
what great idea, Yo San Antonio.
Trey and I made Yo San Antonio during COVID, and then it was a good one.
That was good.
All right. Without us giving you a hard time.
No, please do. No,
I want to critique this, because it's like, I think it's a lesson, because it's like I'm always surprised by it when I see the video and it has like 1 heart, 0 comments, and 1 save or one share, right? And I'm like, man, because like you are someone who I consider to be a good content creator, right? Like know the formula, the things, know how to do it.
I'll say it. So we have agents in San Antonio that are doing better with the local news thing. And I think the reason is, in my opinion, and I haven't talked to you about this before.
Well, I wanted him to critique himself first, but okay.
Well,
Actually, I was going to say something similar.
Well,
But
no,
go ahead.
no, no.
I don't think it's a priority for him. Like the thought you put into a lot of your other stuff seems
It's a lot
like
more thoughts.
you think
Lot
about
more
it.
power.
In this, it seemed like you were just kind of mailing it in just to get it done.
No, right. But I mean, it was the AI thing that I tried on Instagram and it did terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did it because now I know like I'm not going to be consistent on the news thing on my Instagram because like, it has to go back to agent facing content.
Yeah.
Agents who are in Jacksonville do not care that there's an extension to the airport coming to San Antonio.
Yeah, but you have the other.
But why not just not
Instagram
collab?
page,
Why
right?
just not collab Yo San Antonio to Tre Serrano Realtor?
Because I let my assistant do it, the marketing director.
Yeah, see, that's the answer. That's the answer right there.
And then I was
Josh Rogers has posted 0 videos.
No, I know, but you can tell it doesn't have enough of Trey's touch on it.
Yeah.
And it's not doing well because
It
of that.
beats Tre's touch.
It's
No, but here's the thing though. It's like, so my thing is, why not post it just on Yo San Antonio? Don't collab the realtor page. Put out more content. Have them make more stories and do more videos and like go all in on it. Like, you know the formula.
Mhm.
And if you can have someone else do it all, like, why not?
It's happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's already happening, or you're
sometimes
just
you gotta do it.
agreeing.
No, listen, Katie, some of us, we have to do it poorly before we can do it perfect.
Yeah.
No, so when you say it's happening, is that already something that's in the works?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. So we had to replace our marketing coordinator.
okay.
Yeah.
So once the new person comes in, that's what's going to happen.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I think you said it early on in a different pod. You said that you can't, like, you have to build a trust first.
Yeah.
Right? And my mistake was I didn't build a trust with Yo San Antonio first. Like, I was posting, like 500-600 followers or whatever, but I started cross-pollinating, I think, too soon because people didn't think it was a true media channel, which I should have given the value more, then capitalize and be like, oh, I'm the real source of choice.
You didn't build the audience. Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Mark your calendar. Real Estate Video Blueprint Live is back. We're taking over Nashville, Tennessee on April 8th and 9th, 2026 for 2 full days of hands-on content creation, marketing strategy, and collaboration with the best agents in the business. If you're serious about using video to grow your personal brand and close more deals, this is the room that you want to be in. Grab your ticket now at realestatevideoblueprint.com and we'll see you in Nashville.
But yeah, man, I think you focus on it. You crush it because you'd crush anything you focus on.
Focus, man.
You know, you have gone through a pretty good amount of like staff, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably like,
but let's talk about that, like hiring and managing media managers, videographers, and all that fun stuff. Like, how's that played out for you? What have you learned? Like, let's not go down the rabbit hole of stuff that went wrong, but like, what are the biggest lessons you've learned in hiring people?
I would say 3 things. 1, make sure that job description and roles and responsibilities is extremely well written. 2, I mean, I prefer W-2 employees over 1099. Yeah. Just because you're held more accountable. There's much more oversight. And then 3, you have to make sure you're checking their workflow all the time. Or if not you, then somebody else.
Well, and I think that like, so for the first part of the having very, very clear job descriptions, like you can just like voice mode and have a conversation with chat and be like, this is what I'm trying to do, and explain and be like, poke holes in this. What else am I not thinking of? What else needs to be in here?
Yep.
And then on the back half of things, like, you being like, you need to be in their workflow. Like, I mean, you edited your videos for so long, you shot everything for so long. Like, I remember like in the early days, right, going to conferences with you and you're carrying around your Sony, right? Like, you know what I mean? And so like you were creating all of the content. And so you're able to check in on the workflow because like you actually know how the things work. Like, I've bought all the cameras, done all the things, had all the gimbals, didn't do shit with them. And so like, when I like tell Andy things, he's like, no, that's not going to work. Or yes, it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have like a high level of trust and have worked together for 6 years, right? How would you advise people to understand how to check in on the workflow if they don't have the technical skills and knowledge that you do?
So, I mean, you have to have some knowledge around how this stuff works. I mean, at least for me. And once you know, okay, this is about how much it takes to edit a short, this is how long it takes to edit a YouTube video, then there should be like weekly metrics. And then you just, measure those metrics, make sure that they're posting what they're supposed to post. And
I think the biggest thing that people when they hire a videographer W-2 is like most people feel as if like they're not getting enough output than they wanted, right? Like if I'm paying you for 40 hours a week, like the videographer's like, oh, well, this takes me 5 hours to edit. And then like the agent's like, well, why am I only getting 2 videos a week for this 40-hour a week job?
Well, that 5 times.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean.
I'm using ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the project. Like, so, I mean, that's the good thing about, stacking your videos is if you have 4 or 5 ready to go, then you could start kind of that posting. And if it takes, it took me this, should you move to San Antonio video? It took me like 4 months to film.
Yeah.
Like on and off. But I mean, we had weekly videos kind of backlogged so we can schedule the post.
Well, I think one of the pieces too is when people hire a videographer, they're looking for someone to, have the vision, the idea, like all these things. And that's usually not the case, right? Like you need to have most of the vision and what you want to create and then be able to communicate that clearly to someone so they can create it. Like I've always been an awful employer because I'm not great at being very clear on
expectations.
Yeah, clear expectations are not my jam. And so, I think like no, I think everybody's like, oh, I need to hire somebody, and then asking yourself like, are you a good manager? And most of us aren't.
No,
but you at least have to acknowledge that you're not a good manager, so you can try to get better, as opposed to just complaining about the people that you hire. And
I mean, like I've learned so much in the last couple of years with hiring because then I was looking at, okay, well, was it me or was it you? Like most people are like, no, it was the employee. Or like I hear agents say, oh, I hired a VA and they suck. It's like, well,
did you train
VA suck or did you actually tell them what to do, give them the details?
Yeah.
Because to them it's a job, and it's like, well, I don't want to piss off my boss.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I think that a lot of people that are in hourly roles or, that are an employee or whatever it is, like don't necessarily take the initiative to be like, oh, this is the thing that's going wrong, or, oh, this is some way we could do it better. They're just like, oh, this is the task that I was given and this is how I do A, B, C, D. And so like finding those people that are willing to take the initiative and, provide some feedback on the process, or it's really hard to find, but it's like so awesome when you do. And I think that like as entrepreneurs and most realtors are I personalities with not much, as far as SOPs or anything like that. Yeah. Right. And like, I think you have some, but like you have Stacy who's like, so like we just don't give the clear direction in the first place.
So how much better do you think you're at hiring than when you hired your first person?
Better.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much better. Yeah. Just because there's so many metrics in place to make sure that they're meeting their KPIs. I learned that too. Weekly,
what
daily,
does KPI stand for?
Key performing indicators.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, okay, at the end of the week, if they didn't have 3 or 4 videos edited, like say, okay, well, was it me or was it you? I mean,
did you give them the content to shoot?
Exactly.
Do they have stuff to edit?
Was you. You were running around all week. I'm like, copy that. We're good.
Yeah.
Next week. So I think having all of that in place, and honestly, it's even easier now with ChatGPT. Like I used to have to like think for hours and write down and then do spreadsheets, but now it's like you just talk to chat and Grok, whatever, and it'll lay it out for you.
All right. What's next? What's next for you?
Next is honestly getting more lead sources, tapping more to my database, and then hiring another buyer's agent on a salary.
Nice.
And then after the second one, going to hire a director of ops.
The podcast people are like, wait, hire a buyer's agent on a salary. Tell me more about that. But we're not going to, because that would be a whole other podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've been. Wait, we're done. He was like, I think we're done.
Yeah.
But
no, we should. That's having salaried people doing the real estate stuff, I think that's a good way to go.
So like this year, I've been really focusing on like P&Ls, what our burn rate is, for what we spend. And even now, like we were able to condense our CRM manager, who's a VA, to our transaction coordinator.
Yeah. So
I just feel like doing that, now we have more freedom to hire another agent.
Yep.
Because we know we have the workflow for that.
Love it. Katie, anything else?
No. No, actually I do have something else. Why should someone come to REVB? And you've contributed, you've, spoken, you've been in the crowd, you've done the things. Like if someone's on the fence about coming to Real Estate Video Blueprint in Nashville, Tennessee on April 8th and 9th, 2026, what would you tell them to get them off that fence?
I would say that you need a community to in order to answer all your questions, because most people are looking to grow, but they have this one question that year in their business that they're like, I need this answer. And some people don't even know the question to ask. But if you're around all these speakers and around this community, I mean, you'll connect with somebody that will give you that. I know I had that year over year all the time.
Love it. Love it. Well, thanks for being on, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you, brother.
We'll see you on the next one.